Whew, don't I look atrocious? Good morning, guys. It is 10:52. I've been up probably since 9-ish. But since we didn't have any plans today, again on Saturday, that I just laid in the bed, played on my phone. I played that slot machine again. I'm addicted. No, but I do plan on making a ribbon from Tutu to go with my Shopkins one, and I want to do the triple ribbon. So I'm going to do the blue, the yellow, and the hot pink, and on the top layer I'm going to double I'm going to do one and then sew the other one on. So that's the plan. But right now me and Sterling are going to run to the Dollar General and we're going to get one of those Starbucks cold coffees because I really want a coffee. And I haven't ate breakfast and I'm really not in the mood to eat breakfast. Do you guys ever get like that? Like, it's just, there's nothing I want to eat. We got eggs, we got sausage, we got bacon, but I wouldn't eat that bacon. I went to make it the other day. I made potato soup for Sterling because that's what she wanted, and I will usually use bacon. I know a lot of people use ham and whatever, but I just use bacon to flavor it. So I just put some bacon in it and let it boil, and then I take the bacon out. But anyway, I went up with the bacon and there's like, it kind of looks moldy or something. I don't know what it is. So I was like, I just didn't feel safe using that bacon. So I stuck it back in the refrigerator because I thought, well, I'll just take it back to the store and just show them, even though I bought it like a couple weeks ago and I don't have the receipt. I don't know, maybe I'll just give it to the dog. But bacon is expensive because that was like $4 for that thing of bacon. But instead I'm going to run to the Dollar General so I can have my cold coffee because that's what I really want for my breakfast. Not very healthy, is it? But, and then we'll come home and I'll make some stuff. Hey guys, I just thought I'd vlog this since I was just sitting here thinking about it, and I get questions all the time about making a 3-layered ribbon trim tutu. Well, mine is not 3 layers, but there is going to be 3 layers of ribbon. First I just put this one on, and also I'm going to show you something else, a little trick that I learned. So I just did the teal. Now this is going to be for a 5T, so this one is super duper long. I think I used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think I used 10 yards of tulle. I was going to go with 11, but I'm going to see if I can get by with 10, and it's doubled, and this is for a 5T. So I'm going to make the waist to make the waist to fit a 22-inch waist, but I'm probably going to cut it at about 20 inches of elastic. That way it stretches the extra 2 inches or whatever they need, because you don't want your tutu to be too big where it's going to be falling down. You want it to have that elasticity, and so it will fit around the waist and not fall. But anyway, so I am just making my 3 layers by putting 2 of the ribbons here. I'm putting the pink, I did the blue, now I'm putting the pink. So, and then after this, on the bottom layer, I decided I'm going to do the yellow because I didn't want to do pink on the bottom and have the pink, because I want the bottom layer to stick out so you can see it more. So this is what I'm doing, and I will show you the other thing I want to show you in just a few when I get done with this. Okay guys, this is what I was going to show you. I got all of my ribbon, both ribbons, sewn on to one side, and I know a lot of people have been having trouble with this when they're using the double layers. That what happens is, as you're sewing or whatever, if you're not evenly pulling, so if you're not evenly, as it's sewing on this side, you're not evenly pulling this side up with it, it'll get shifted. So you end up with having, this one is a perfect example. Let's see if we can do it against the table. As you can see, this piece of tulle on top is longer than the one that's underneath. And what I've been doing, You can either just cut that off so they both are even again, or you can just leave it. I just choose to leave it because it doesn't really make a difference in the end. Because the way I'm sewing, I always start from the other end, and I sew this way. So I always end down here. So when I sew my channel, you know, when I sew the channel or whatever, it'll still have that at the end, and that's fine, because when I put my elastic through, I start at the other end. So it's all down, so it's not going to be going up against this shorter piece of tulle. So it'll all work out in the end, and then this will all be bunched up anyway. So now on to what I was going to show you. So I've just finished with my second layer, which is the pink, hot pink. Now, in the other video, I used to go ahead and sew the other ribbon on, so that way all the ribbon would be done, and then I sew the channel. But here, I say within the past month, I have found it easier to go ahead and sew my channel next. So that way your channel doesn't get bunched up and weird, and because that's the way I was having trouble. I don't have that tutu over here. Actually, yeah, it's over there. See it hanging way over there? Have trouble with, I don't know, with it just looking all funky and being all messed up, and it just makes it smoother, let's put it that way. So now what I do is I pull everything, because I always start from this side. I always go back to this side. So I'm going to go ahead and next, instead of sewing my tulle on this side, or my ribbon on this side, I'm going to go ahead and sew my channel. And this is the top layer. I always sew the first. This camera is so touchy, it turned off. So that is the next step I do now. Instead of sewing all my ribbon on, I do my top layer ribbon, and then I do my channel. Because when you sew your bottom ribbon on, if your pieces are kind of not lined up perfectly or whatever, it won't matter, because that top layer of ribbon is going to hide all your tulle underneath. Some people have pinned it, but I just usually line it up, and as I go along, I make sure these two are lined up, and I make sure this is even as I'm sewing. So I normally need 2 hands as I sew. Don't have a, guess I don't have my tripod down here. Oh well. So I'm finished with putting, it's all blurry, sorry. There you go. I finished putting all of the yellow on, and as you can see, all these, this is the, I always start from this side of the tulle when sewing. So of course this side always lines up so perfectly, but you want to make sure you start your elastic with this. And another thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you get through both layers of tulle in the channel, because I have accidentally gone through just one of the layers, and it makes the waistband look really funky, and you usually can tell because it'll look really skimpy and weird looking. And I have done that like 2 or 3 times, so I've had to go back and cut the elastic and redo everything. So this is just a tip, just to make sure you get through both of those. Let's see if I can do it. You push it open. Yeah, I'm in. Let me do this. Hey guys. Okay. So I promised I would show you how I make this other bow, and I decided that's what I'm going to do. But this time I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. I am going to use 2 different ribbons. I've got a pink and a turquoise to go with my, you know, Shopkins. So I don't know how much ribbon I have here. Probably end up cutting it, but I'm just gonna heat seal the ends together just so it kind of, they stay together. That makes any sense. When you do that with a lighter or whatever, they stick. So they kind of melt together. So let me guess about how much I got here. Actually, I got these. I bought a pack. Here it is. I found these at the Dollar Tree. And they have these retractable ones and then one of these ones. So what is it, honey?
Stupid fly.
There's one of those big noisy old flies in here and she's freaking out. But I have about 35 inches of ribbon here. Okay. You probably can't see me because of the window, but let me see if I can make a mess. See if I can close this just for the purpose of this. Cat's gonna get mad at me because that's her perch, maybe. I don't know if that will help or not, but let me just try to, yeah. See the cat over there getting mad? Why'd you close the window? Okay, so I'm just gonna show you real quick what I do is, let me thread my needle first. Okay, so I just threaded my needle so that I'd have it ready. Now, what I do is I take my ribbons, I've got 2 of them together, and first I decide what I want. My battery's flashing, I knew it would be, but I'm gonna see how far I can get. First I do is I figure out what color I want for my main bow. In this case, it's going to be the turquoise. So I find my center of my ribbon, which is right there, and I just make a loop and a loop, just like I would if I was going to make a regular bow. Now I would do the regular ones, and I would go ahead and use my gator bite, but the double ones, what I do now is I flip it around, make sure my loops are even. So I flip it around like that, and then I go ahead and I make another loop. So it kind of looks like that, like a little X, but now I got pink tails instead of having turquoise tails. Now, if I was just doing this with a single polka dot ribbon, I would flip it this way, and that way my tails would be the same as my ribbon. See? So if this was all polka dot, I would turn it this way, and this is the way I would sew it on. That would be the front of my bow, and that way my tails would be polka dot, just like my ribbon, so it wouldn't be any different. But this way, I'm going to have a little bit different tails. My tails are going to be pink. So if you sew your bows and crease them, you can go ahead and do that. I always use this creasing tool. It's just what you know. You go with what you know. And if you're used to using this, like I've been using this thing for years and years. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I go ahead and I tie it. So it's making my creases. Tie it again, and now I'm going to tie it on the back side. Normally I'd just stop right there and that would be it, but since I want the pink to be on the front, I am going to tie it back here. So if this was going to be your bow, if you wanted this to be your bow, if it was all one color, you could do that, and then you go ahead and you do the same thing as I showed you in a video, I don't know, 2 videos ago, 3 videos ago, I don't remember. But see, I want the pink to show. Now, you can see my tails are not even, but that's okay because I'm going to even them up once I get them situated on my tutu. So, I usually just go ahead and heat seal one end of my ribbon. Then I fold it into 3 pieces, or 2, however. I put 2 folds to create 3 pieces, if that makes sense. So once I do that, I figure out how much of this ribbon I'm going to need just by guesstimating. I usually put it through and then kind of measure. I want it to overlap some, so right about there. And then I go ahead and I heat seal that. Now I'm going to put it over there, like so. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to take my needle, which I dropped. Boop. And I'm going to sew it. I went underneath this thing and then I just pushed it. I made sure it went through both of the ribbon pieces in the back. Now I'm going to go up. I'm going to push it aside. Push it up through. And I'll do this a few times just to make sure I've got both of these pieces sewn together so it won't come undone. So that's what my bow is going to look like. And then let me make sure I got both of these on here good and tight. I just measured to make sure that this is going to end about where my ribbon begins on my tutu. You can make them longer if you want, shorter. It don't matter. It's just what's your preference. So I just kind of even them up. And then I cut my little V's or spikes or whatever you want to call these. And I go ahead and heat seal. Let's see if I can turn you this way so you can see. So right here is where I sewed my elastic together, and I make sure these are sewn in the back. Now what you can do if you want is with your ribbons where it's open in the back, you can put a little hot glue on there and just hot glue them all together. That way they will never be seen. I did that on one I did the other day. Or you can just leave them open. But I'm going to stick this here and I'm going to make sure I get all my tulle in here. So I'm going to put it through. And I'm going to come up on this side. I'm going to pull this over and I'm going to push it through. Now I'm going to go underneath the yellow ribbon to the other side. That way I get a big thick stitch when sewing this on, so I don't have to worry about it falling off. So I just went underneath the yellow and now I'm going to push it back through. And I just do this about 3 or 4 times till I know it's secure on there and not going anywhere. And here is my ribbon trim tutu. This one is for my Shopkins. I'm gonna stick it on my mannequin and show you guys what it looks like. Hey guys, we're going out to eat at House of Pizza. Actually going here with our friends. So. Where are we at?
House Pizza, again.
What you been doing all day?
Working on Droid.
It's just House Hey guys, so this is what it looks like. There's that. I will add names whenever somebody orders, so this is just a sample and I don't particularly have anyone to make it for, so that's what that looks like. And I did put the hair bow over here. I used this cute Shopkins ribbon that Margaret sent me, and I made Sterling one too. Hers is right there. And those are ones that Margaret made, and I put them up there so the cat can't get the boa. I should put them in Sterling's room on her hair bow holder. But this one's going to be Sterling's, and I'm going to, somewhere I had the little thing pulled out, because Margaret sent me some little resin pieces. Hold on. Hey guys, so this is the little Shopkins I was talking about that I'm going to put in Sterling's hair bow. It won't focus on it, will it? Come on. There we go. So I'm going to put that in the middle of her hair bow. And these are two things that I made today. I'll leave the link down below to Margaret's video where she shows how to do this. So I decided to practice today. Since we had company, they were working on R2 again. So I just practiced making these. I need to order some headbands for them to go on, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to order them from the Hair Bow Center and order like 6 headbands.
Look how long she is.
Dang. Here's my Shopkins. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.